Hello, Modified Rabbit here. I am sorry I look a mess. I did like a whole challenge look and stuff like that was full on. You can see I still got some on my neck. I even took a really fast shower, but I did a whole look like before doing this live today, like as for a challenge or whatever. So I look a mess, but I've got some primer on this eye per usual. Hello, Bandit. I do not have my piercings in because I took those all out for the challenge, so I'm gonna just leave them out until the end of the live. But anyways, welcome back. If you are a returning person to my channel. Um, if you are new, I would love it if you subscribe. Maybe either of you, if you're new or not, give the video a like. Maybe ring the bell if you kind of want some um, notifications on when I go live or when I eventually decide to actually post more edited videos like I used to. Anyway, today we're going to be reviewing this Jaclyn Hill Ring the Alarm palette. Now, I got this, it was on sale really cheap on Morphe. I mostly got it because there is a red shade in there that is kind of like a foil looking shade. This one down at the bottom here. And I was hoping that it might be that elusive red foil that I've been searching for. So we're going to find out. Getting a nice look at it that's not online now, though. It's looking like it's probably not going to be the red I've been searching for. Bummer. But anyway, we're going to go ahead. I have not swatched this on my own or anything. I just kind of saved it off to the side and stuff for the video. And so, yeah, we're going to go ahead and get started and start swatching this. And then we'll do a quick look with it and see how it goes. So we've got, this looks like just a pretty decent palette of like neutral shades, kind of. Uh, we've got a couple of reds in there, but otherwise it's just like brown golden tones. So it's not usually my type of palette. I usually like to have a lot of dark fun colors or bright fun colors, and stuff like that. So anyway, let's see. We've got one, two, three, four foils. There looks to be one shimmery shade, but from what it's looking like, this one up here, you can just see barely any flecks of glitter in there, and I'm wondering if that's even going to, like show up glitter wise. So, and we've got five mattes. So, pardon me if I wince or something while put some lotion on my hands, see if it helps a little bit. If I wince a little bit when I do the swatches and stuff, I am having a sensory issue right now because I've technically had 2 showers today because of the having to rinse off, going back in and rinse off things, and getting my hands wet and pruny and whatnot just like sets off the sensory issues I have already, like into overload, like just so touching anything right now or even my own skin and stuff is just really bothering me. So all right, so we're gonna go ahead and hop into this palette. We'll do this lolly color. This feels kind of squishy. Rush. It's pretty velvety feeling. On camera. Ooh, that's nice. And then boom. Oh, also, did you guys notice I fixed the glare on the camera? I did up the sharpness pretty much all the way. So I'm gonna have to probably tone that down just slightly because you guys can see more of my wrinkles than I can in person. So so yeah. But you're gonna be able to see the shades a lot better. We won't have that big old glare coming off from the side over here. I fixed it. So here we go. We've got Lolly. Oh, the colors show up much better. Here's Rush. Ooh, nails. That was really good. On camera. That's pretty nice too. And then boom. Ooh, that's very beautiful. These are gorgeous, and they're like really good formula. That matte just like just swiped right on there. All right. I'm just like not looking forward to wiping my fingertips with anything right now. All right. Okay. Let's get this last shade on the top row, which is Alert. And we've got Bomb Ass, which is the shade that I'm wanting to see. Siren, which is possibly the shimmer shade. That's not going to show up shimmer. And then Mugshot. Okay, so we've got Alert. Beautiful. Bomb Ass. So it's pretty, but it's not the shade I want at all. Which is the problem. It's always like orangey or pink. Here's Siren. That one's a little. Kind of gotta buff that one out a little bit. It's a little streaky. And of course, there's no glitter on there by the time you get it on there. And then Mugshot. That one came up pretty good. That bomb ass one had a lot of fallout. Alright, and we're gonna wipe these off real quick and then do the last two in this palette. And then we're going to pick the colors to do a look. Yeah, it does kind of give like a nice fall vibe. So I suppose this would be a cute little, you know, fall-ish type palette, I suppose. It was really cheap though. I don't know if they're still having the sale or not, but it was like, I think $8. So far from what I'm experiencing, it's pretty good for $8. Framed and Secret. So we've got Framed. Ooh, and Secret. Very pretty. They both. It's really weird. One sec, I'll see if you guys can tell too. Like, those look very similar, don't they? On the palette, they do not look similar whatsoever. These turned out way darker than they look on the palette, but it might be because I didn't let this dry. So I might have to, now that it's dry on my arm, let me wipe my hand off and dry it. I'll do these two again just to make sure that, give them their fair shot. Okay, that's a little better, yeah. That's because I hadn't let my arm dry. Much better. You can see the difference in there a lot better. I'm very sniffly right now too because of all the makeup that I had on. Like when I do full beat face of makeup, like is just my nose just is like waterfall. Okay, so that was all those colors. Now we're going to pick a couple to do a quick look with. I think I definitely want to maybe try and give that. Pardon. I'm gonna take care of my nose. Okay, there we go. All right, I think I want to try and I think I'm gonna do these two shades right here, and maybe we'll give this a shot. It was the streakiest, so we're gonna try and give it a shot on the eyes. So, all right, we're gonna do that one first. We've got primer on this side, no primer on this side, like usual. Do the no primer side first. Just a bit bigger. Oh. There's almost nothing there. We're gonna give these 3 swipes just to. Okay, there goes a little bit. This makes it look like I just got like popped in the eye or something. You guys are seeing so many of my wrinkles. Like, it's so funny. It's funny seeing more wrinkles on the camera than seeing in person. Like it like gives me extra wrinkles. Like I don't, and the ones that I don't even have because I put that sharpness up a little high. I'm gonna definitely have to mess with that a little bit more. Eventually, I will get this camera perfect. Like by then, I'll probably have a new camera. Okay, this is the third application, and this does not. Oh, oh gosh, look at it. Uh, so I guess this is a very primer side. It does not want, just does not want to show up. It's worse on the primer side because the primer's trying to get it to stick, and there's not much there at all. Like it just, I mean, it's coming off the brush. I just don't know what it's trying to do. Like, this shade is just awful. Ooh. Okay, we're gonna do one more swipe at this. Try and get it along the lid so we don't, so this look doesn't look completely like poop. If you hear some typing in the background, it is my partner. Chrome is not big enough for me to have a separate recording room. So, okay, so it definitely shows up more with primer. It's just very hard to actually get it to where it's not like patchy. So you probably end up having to do like 5 goes with this. Like you have to go at it probably good like 5 times. All right. Okay, we're going to go in with this bomb ass shade. It applies all right. I was thinking it might apply like a nice foil, but these are applying just very soft is how they're going. Now, I know that would be beneficial for some people that like to do very subtle looks, but that is not what I like to do. And this would be good, I guess, for the subtle types. But this is so far not going very well. I'm hoping the shade, okay, that's the third application for that. Let's try this side with the primer. Okay, so with the primer, it's a little bit better. But that patchy shade underneath is kind of bothering me a lot. And it's still not a whole bunch better. One. These just really don't seem to like, they're kind of hard to control. I'm a little disappointed considering the swatches for most of these were really amazing. All right, now we're gonna go in with this lily color. Let's hope this one does a little better because this one showed up beautifully on the swatches. Again, mega subtle. Put myself in the eye. One. happens occasionally when you poke yourself in the eye. This shade likes to clump up a little. Here's the third application. Okay, now we're going to go over here on this side. Much better with primer, actually. This is a beautiful shade with primer. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Especially after that third dip into it. So that is much better on this side. Really do need to turn down that sharpness. All right. Okay, so you can see the primer definitely darkens up the shades a bit. When it comes to this Bomb Ash shade, it's not really darker on the prime side, but it shows up a little bit better. So the this patchy shade, this Siren shade, definitely is darker on the prime side, but it's so patchy. It does not want to show up at all. And then this Lolly shade is very pretty. It turned out really great on the prime side. It doesn't really want to show up that great without primer, but you know, with most people use primer, so with primer is a very beautiful shade. So I can imagine that the On Camera and Boom, these other two shades that are kind of like the Lolly one, will turn out really nice because the swatches did too. So it's just price point. I want to say the sale price is definitely worth it. But at the same time, these shades just, it's so subtle. Unless you want to do that natural look, you know, you're going for a more natural, subtle look. If you want to do that, this palette would be great for you. But if you're wanting to do any sort of like glamorous looks and stuff, let me see the back of this thing where, like what Jaclyn does, you know, her eyes and everything on there, just nice, bold, glamour looks. This palette isn't going to give it to you. So it kind of depends on what you want. For me, I guess technically not really worth it, regardless of the sale price or not, because it's just, it does not want to pop. I thought it would. I was really liking the swatches because, you know, like despite the colors being shades that I don't really go for and reach for. But it doesn't turn out the same on your eyes at all. Like the swatches are just beautiful for the most part, other than this shimmer shade. It is not shimmer at all whatsoever. It's got glitter flecks in the pan, but those don't show up whatsoever on your eye or even on the swatches. It didn't even show up. So that may as well just be, that's just another matte is pretty much. So you've got the four foils, and the Bomb Ass one just does not really like showing up either. So that's kind of downside of that. The Bomb Ass doesn't like to show up. Siren, you know, that shimmer shade is horrible and patchy, but the rest of these shades are really pretty. I'm not sure how the rest of these mattes will show up on your eye. I'm assuming they'll do just fine with the primer at least, because that Siren shade was patchy on the swatches. So I honestly didn't expect a whole bunch from that, but I wanted to give it a shot. So we went ahead and used it in, you know, our luck or whatever. But I assume this On Camera and Boom are going to be very pretty on the eye, kind of like this Lolly shade is right in the center corner. It's very pretty. It's shiny. So I'm sure those other two foils will look very pretty. So all in all, it's decent. If you like subtle looks and stuff, it's definitely worth the sale price. I don't remember how much it is full price, um, but you know, sale price is pretty good. Considering the fact that I really generally enjoy a lot of Morphe stuff, I really don't care for this one. Of course, I had a bad experience with their brushes forever ago, like the Morphe Jaclyn brushes. I have the brush case because I love the case, and they actually had it on sale for $9 by itself, so I went ahead and snagged it. But like the brushes themselves, when I tried to buy the brushes, I had to return them because they literally fell apart after one use. The hairs were falling all over the place during that use. It was horrible. Um, so I don't know. That paired with this being a little bit of a disappointment, the shades don't actually want to show up very well. They're not bold like what Jaclyn does with her stuff. Like at least on the packaging anyway, they're just there. It's not they're not for bold looks. Like it just doesn't want to show up. So when it comes to the Morphe Jaclyn stuff, I probably am never gonna buy any more of it because it's a huge disappointment to me. Um, but I mean, again, if you really like doing subtle looks, you want to do more natural looks or whatever, this is it would probably be a good palette for you, um, especially for the fall since we're in fall season now. So, um, but yeah, I mean, it's still very pretty. I don't know. It's kind of it's just really hard to find some really good upsides to that palette. Like I said, the foils for the most part are pretty nice, other than the bomb ash shade, and it's not the shade I was hoping it was going to be. But I don't know. It's really really hard to find a really good upside on that one, which is surprising for me. I'm trying to, but it's just kind of comes out as a it's not really a good upside. It's just kind of a you know. So it's kind of it's gonna have to be like this is a palette that I'm just gonna have to kind of give kind of a thumbs down. Like I don't really enjoy it. So, um, but anyway, go ahead and leave a comment if you have a palette in particular that you want me to maybe see if I have already, or if maybe I can find it on sale or anything, and do a live review on that. Um, if you want to do glitters again sometime. I don't know if I quite want to do glitters again so soon. I've got some other palettes that I can go through. I did get a Huda palette. It's very tiny. I got a Huda palette in, and I definitely wouldn't mind trying that out for my live probably next weekend. So that's probably what I'm going to do, unless somebody suggests something that I already, that I actually have. But yeah, go ahead and leave a comment if you like this. Give the video a like, subscribe if you haven't, and yeah, I'm not really good at saying goodbye, so bye.